Greetings, Yadatsu villagers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Sengoku Dynasty. Episode 7, Building a Watchtower. First thing I want you all to do is to vote on what I work on next, and I will explain the ramifications of these choices. So, working towards a quest. Let's take a look at that. The main quest here is to talk to people in Aratani, Iwasaki, and Seiji, which is the farming, mining, and forest villages. And then to ask the abbot for permission to settle a new village. I don't have any side quests. Option number 2, build up the village. So our village is pretty basic with what it has. I just have a few very crude houses, a few farm fields. It could use work. We could beautify the village, because right now it's not beautiful. It's very basic. I know. We could search for villagers to recruit. So at the moment, I don't believe I have space for anyone new, but we could build another home and make space. We are at population 10. At population 11, we will be required to do maintenance. We also have 2 unemployed people without jobs in our current village, so that's maybe also something to address. We could liberate a region. So exploring the benefits of liberating a region, if we liberated the Enjiro Rebels region, we would be able to have our villagers mine copper and tin, and tend the forge to make bronze, effectively entering us into a Bronze Age where I don't have to do the mining myself. We could explore for points of interest. A lot of the points of interest are random quests that you can happen upon or temples that you can pray at to increase your Legend of the Monk level. So just a reminder, there's the Way of the Leader, which you get for leveling up your dynasty, and it increases your ability to be a good leader. You have the Craftsman, which is like mining, crafting, building, lumberjacking. You've got Warrior, which is obviously combat, and then Monk is sort of like a generalist, where you just get like bonuses to the other 3. So there you go. Them's the choices. All right. So before we do anything else, before I resolve this poll that is above my head, let's take a look. We are making enough meals per day and heating and beverages per day to keep people happy. We do have 2 that are currently not working. It wouldn't be a terrible idea, seeing that number 2 option above my head is winning, to consider trying to set up rice paddies. Rice is one of those foods in this game that serves a lot of purposes, unlike a lot of the other foods. Rice can be brewed into sake. Rice can be cooked for meals. Rice is, well, you know, an important staple. So yeah, let's do that. I think that would be a good first thing to do. If, indeed, building up the village wins. Which it seems to be leading, at least. So a water field is what is needed for a rice paddy. It's built on a little water field. The water field doesn't actually require a source of water, necessarily. But it looks like the rice paddy requires stone. One of the things I can do here is to set up a mining hut for the... yeah, I'm going to set up a mining hut in my village so that the 2 people that are currently unemployed will, at least for now, be employed as miners. Now, we do have a little spot of copper here, but your mining hut doesn't actually have to be physically on a node or anything like that. So I'm going to set it off to the side of the village. Like here. This works for me. And this is so that I don't necessarily have to collect all of the stone myself for the rice hut, although likely I'm going to be doing that. So the mining hut needs, how many more logs? Oh, 5. I happen to have exactly 5. And then 14 planks. So the other thing is, we don't necessarily want to have 0 logs in our town storage at any given time. Because the issue with having 0 logs is if we have, like, woodcutters or firewood creators, choppers, they won't actually have material to do work. So if we deplete all of the logs, they're essentially not doing work until the next day when they're offered logs again. So it's not necessarily a good idea to completely remove all logs. So after I build this thing, I'll probably replenish our town supply of logs. And the calculation for what is withdrawn is done in the early evening every day. So you can essentially have 0 logs in your stockpile up until, like, right before the calculation of a new day. And then at that point, you're going to need to, you know, if you don't have any logs in there, then the firewood that you set up to cut won't get cut. So we are going to build a mining hut and rice paddy. That is our goal. You guys wanted to build up the village, and this is how I want to build up the village. I wonder if my copper hammer is going to break. It is very close to being used up. I'll also reassess whether or not we have free beds. Because if we do want to expand our population, making sure that that we have places for people to actually sleep is, you know, oddly important, I realize. So I'll do that as well. Now, if I was to put my thumb on the scale for the next time the poll comes up, one of the biggest things we could do is to start offering bronze tools for everyone, because the quality of the tools that you use for work dramatically affects the amount of work that you can do. So if I did liberate this region and set miners up to mine copper and tin, and then set a smelter up to smelt the copper and tin into bronze, and then set up someone in the woodworking workshop to make bronze tools, we would find ourselves very quickly in a situation where we would have a lot more yield, a lot more bang for the buck. I think I am actually going to purchase the thatch straw roof recipe for the first time now, so that I start making the roofs out of thatch and not like sticks and stones. And there goes my copper hammer. So before we complete that mining hunt, I'm gonna need another hammer, and I'd like to make it out of metal if I can. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Let me open up the Yoda cam. And Major Builder, thank you for the resub. So I am missing 1 copper ore for another copper hammer. Also, it looks like my copper yari is like just about used up. So I'm probably going to want a new yari soon. Wouldn't be a terrible idea to... Well, I mean, if you guys wanted me to have better gear, you would have voted improve my gear as a poll option. So maybe trying to make a big batch of bronze isn't all that reasonable right now. I'm just trying to get enough copper that all of the tools that I'm currently using aren't ruined. So, 1 hammer. And then, taking a look, my yari is about to break, and my kama is about to break, and also my axe. I don't think I'm going to have enough materials for the yari, though. I would need 1 more log and 2 more copper. Luckily, living adjacent to a little field of copper does make it easy. Oh, also my pick is about to break too. A whole bunch of almost broken tools. And yeah, bronze tools will obviously last a lot longer than the copper ones. Oh, there goes the bronze pickaxe. That didn't take very long. Copper pickaxe. And I have a comma, X, and I needed a yari. Oh, I don't have a log for the yari. I can fix that. So I'm hoping to get this mining hut done before the end of day, so I can set all the miners to quarry up some stone for me. So maybe before I make a spare yari, I will get this hut done, as it's a little bit more time sensitive than a spare yari. We're nearly out of straw, and we definitely need another tree's worth of wood. I can't recall whether or not I've, like, looted that, whatever this is. There's, obviously a point of interest up this hill here to be explored at some point. Whoa, here we go. We got a little garlic, a little wasabi, a little rice, and a little, enoki mushroom. Not a bad little find. Actually, I have enough garlic to start a seed bag, too. How was the combat and overall gameplay, in my opinion? I find this game pretty fun. I chose this game as a personal choice to play. Like, I wasn't, like, paid by the company or anything. I was just like, oh, this game's fun. I'm gonna play it on stream. So, if that affects your outcome. I would say the combat is not super in-depth, but does have, like, combos and things like that. So it's a little dynamic. As I have in my description, I do have a caveat. I do share a little bit of a warning, which is that late game large villages are not well optimized, and optimizing them so that they run better is, I believe, one of the priorities of development going forward. But the reason I mention that is if you don't have like a beast of a machine, large expansive villages are going to run like sludge. Likely. I mean, there might be differences between certain graphics cards or certain CPUs or whatever, but I think that's a very common complaint. That's even true of me, is like, I have a pretty beastly machine, and this game does run way worse than it really has any right to once the villages get large. So if that affects your decision, I'm glad to have shared it with you. But even if I couldn't run giant villages in this game, it's still fun enough that, you know, for me personally, because that's not the main draw, is to have, like, giant villages. I'm happy just to be able to do some open world survival craft explore, enjoying the aesthetics and the lore. But to each their own. Well, interestingly, I need to collect some stone so I can build the mining hut to be able to acquire stone. So I'm out here picking stone up from the ground. I think I needed, what, like 20 more or so? I hear a boar, too. But then once I have the stone and the mining hut workplace done, I'll assign some miners to gather stone before end of day. I plan on hooking this mining hut with 2 spots for stone, and then maybe even making some spare copper picks so that they're, like, extra efficient. Yeah, this game is a lot like Bellwright. I would say the main differences of this game and Bellwright is the combat system in this game is a little bit more developed than Bellwright. But in Bellwright, you could actually ask your villagers to, like, fight with you, and you would be attacked as well. So both games have their pros and cons. I will say, I think that Bellwright probably ran a little bit more smoothly with large villages, but, like, I haven't played Bellwright in a while, so I can't say for certain that that is the case. All right, so let's do a miner workplace. Mining stone with a stone pickaxe for now for Asago, who doesn't have work. Oh, let's redo this. Mine stone. And if you're wondering why I can't do copper or tin, which is in the region, it's because we haven't liberated this region, so I don't have access to its regional yields. But as you saw, the amount of stone that the miner I just assigned is going to get per day here is like 230. I'm doing this so that I don't have to mine my own stone. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to set up another mining workstation here and set the other person to mine some stone. And then if I have time before end of day, make some copper picks and make them get just a tremendous amount of stone. So right now I have 460 stone coming in before end of day with those 2 workstations, because one mining hut can house 2 work spots, which is fantastic. Oh, that's not my pick. Let's try that again. So if I can, I'm going to quickly get picks, and then... Oh, there we go. We're the craftsman. How did I level up? There we go. Becoming a little bit better lumberjack. Alright, let's try to switch their tools. I'm not exactly sure what time of day it is, but if there's time, it's worth it. Alright, so I crafted 2 up. I will put it in the general storage so they have access to it. And then open up the Dynasty screen, go to Jobs, go down to the miners' workplaces, and switch the tool that they're using. So from 230 to 241. There we go. So we'll have 484 stone by the end of day. And I just put some extra logs for the firewood in here as well. I did want a spare yari, though. I hadn't forgot. And do we have bronze? Oh, yeah. So maybe I'll make a bronze yari. Yeah, I'm going to make a bronze yari for the first time, because I have enough bronze. So now I have a spare yari, and not only do I have a spare yari, it's a higher quality yari than my last one, so we'll do more damage. So, bronze yari is doing 10 damage, copper yari does 8, has an armor pen of 18, up from 6. Considerably better, if you ask me. Alright, so that's good. I'm not sure I'm going to bother making the rice patties before end of day, because they're going to be collecting the materials for me. So then the other thing I wanted to do is, do we have spare beds? Yeah, we do. We have 5. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're welcome for the performance information. I wouldn't try to mislead my viewers about a game. I do think this game is a lot of fun. But if, you know, if you're buying... Oh, there we go. Your villagers have finished production for today and consumed their daily meals. So, moment of truth, general access. Look at this stone. 250, 210. I didn't... Imagine trying to collect that yourself. Woo! Boy, that would be something. No frickin' thank you. But they can do it. Alright, so that's going to be enough for the rice patty, which is awesome. Another thing I'd like to get around to at some point doing is to replace all of the makeshift roofs with thatch ones, just because I so much like the thatch look. It's just a personal preference. The thatch look looks great. Alright, so let's do rice patties. I haven't forgotten. Farming. Water field. So this is a land field making gobo. Gobo is like maybe the worst thing you can farm, but it's you have seeds to it pretty early on. And right next to the water field, I'll set up the land field rather. I'll set up a water field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the two miners that was mining stone, because I don't need that much stone, and fire them and put them in charge of the water field. So assigning Osago. Rice farming. So we're going to get 368 rice per harvest, as well as koji mold. Koji mold is like a good thing to have, not a bad thing to have. It allows you to brew sake. And there we go. Field already in use. Alright. That was quick. What do you want me to do next? Work towards a quest. Talking to the village leaders of the 3 villages. Build up the village that we have here with more infrastructure. Beautify the village. Search for refugees to recruit. Improve my own gear, probably with like bronze. Liberate a region. Explore points of interest or other. And I think while you vote on that, I am going to make myself useful by making more batches of hay. My comma's what? 5? Where was the giant fields of grass that I saw earlier? That was near the lighthouse, right? I'm blanking on exactly where that is. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out is this this mining hut like adds another bed, so we have yet another bed to assign to people. Ooh, you know what I should do as well? Just like in addition, is get flax, because it's summertime. So flax is a seasonal crop only for summer, which makes linen, which is useful. Oh, black bears. No thanks. Which is of course useful for a whole lot of stuff. But down this hill here is the Injiro Rebel Village. I know I just spoiled it. Sorry if you were like, oh, I want to see what it... But yeah. Let's go introduce ourselves to them. So we have a cook selling foods. And also like lotus seeds if we want to grow our own lotus, or canola seeds, or so on and so forth. And there's a bunch of other points of interest up in here of people to talk to. Uh-oh. I probably look very weird to them given the mask. Oh, a little Zen garden. Given the mask I'm wearing, but hopefully they don't ask too many questions. So here's a cave entryway. And this, oops, is a iron deposit, I think. Yep. And I would need at least bronze tools to mine that stuff. The Injiro Rebels deputy leader. Look at me all you want, bumpkin. I'm not a bumpkin. Yes, you are, says the man who cannot wear a splash of color. I don't know. My mask is more colorful than yours, friend, but whatever. I came... Wow. I recognize your accent. I came from a novel province. Dear Lord, this guy is not friendly. Why not return to Kyoto? There are reasons, but I cannot do that. Yeah, well, you know. It's because you're a jerk and nobody likes you, I think. That's why you can't return. We've got a general trader. So general trader will trade premium deciduous logs and spare tools and chrysanthemum, which I typically buy. I'm also going to sell my bounties to him. Because everyone will buy your bounties, and, you know, might as well make some gold. Alright, it looks like liberating a region. Here's the cook again. I think I already talked to her. Looks to be the popular choice. So, I am going to do that up. Build the Injiro Watchtower. And much like the Sasoji Bridge, the Injiro Watchtower is a project built by my villagers, not by me. So I have to set up the special project spot for it. But I don't actually physically do the work. The work is done at the end of season by my villagers. Oh, it's a camp of enemies. It was, until I killed them. I don't want your little wooden weapon, though. And then here looks like a point of interest that I'll check out later. But you guys just saddled me with a task, so let's go work towards that task. I know I am going to need, just ahead of time, I'm going to need bamboo. So if you happen to see any bamboo, I could swing by my home base for bamboo, back to Yadatsu. But the reason I'm going to need bamboo is in order to build a special project spot, you need logs, planks, stones, and bamboo. And bamboo is, of those things, a little bit harder to find. Oh, this is my knife. Where my comma's what, on 9? 8? Wait, 9. That's weird. I hit 9 and didn't take the comma out. There we go. Do you think there's bamboo at the bottom of the watchtower? I think you're right. Also, I wonder if there's something I can do about the gamma here, because I know it's dark as hell for you all. That's a little bit better. I am going the wrong way. I should be going this way towards the special project tower. There's the stones I need, and I'll get the timber and the planks once I'm there. Here are some refugees. I will offer them shelter in our new home, because I think I have these spots for them, so might as well. Come and live with us. And come with live with us. So then I have to assign them houses. Yadatsu in the large house on the sleeping mat. And same with you. I forgot that at the end of last stream we built that large house. It took a while, but it's going to house a whole lot more people. So we have 2 more people that can be put to work. And because I am planning on building the watchtower, I think I know what they're going to be doing. I believe, if I am not mistaken, the watchtower is a 3-person task. But at least I know what 2 of them are doing. Also, in adding these new people, we are going to have a daily requirement of maintenance, which I will have to manage as well. What do the villagers do in my camp? They produce things, depending on what I tell them to do. So, like, some are gathering water from a well, some are farming rice, some are mining, some are cutting down trees for firewood or trees for planks and other construction materials. pretty much every task in this game can be assigned to a villager that is non-combat, and then the villager will execute it on a daily basis. Watchtower construction site discovered. So in order to liberate this region, all we need to do is construct the Enduro Watchtower, which is this bad boy. So let's set up a special construction project site for it. And this special project construction site allows us to assign would-be workers to actually do the building. So I need 5 logs, 8 planks, and bamboo. And JD, you thought bamboo was around here? I'll go... I know where some bamboo is, so I can go find it in a minute. Don't forget flax. I'll get flax if and when you guys decide to vote on some additional tasks. With that said, one of the reasons not to bother with flax just yet is flax is really only useful once you have a tailor workshop. And tailor workshop is unlocked at Dynasty level 8. I am not Dynasty level 8 yet. I'm Dynasty level 7. I'm 7 in like 9/10. So I'm nearly 8. Yeah, I'm close enough that it might be worth going to try to find flax. But yeah, flax is going to be a nice resource to have once we have that tailor workshop up and running. Yeah, there's a pond down here, probably with bamboo. Alright, I'll look that way in a minute. On the left side of the tower spot. Left is in west? I don't do non-cardinal directions all that well. North? Okay. And there also seems to be... Are you... a refugee? I think they're refugees. Yep. Alright, let's offer them a place to live with us in the village as well. I am getting a lot of refugees. Maybe they changed it. I remember when I was playtesting this game, I did not get this many refugees, but like, I'm all about it because having to go out of my way to find them was a chore, but now they're like all over the place, which is awesome. So I have 4 people, and I just leveled up to Dynasty level 8 because I added people to our village. Sweet. So, as a result, my leadership leveled up. Travel outposts are really nice, especially, they cost bronze, but once you have bronze, they're pretty sweet. I think that's what I'm going to go for. And now we have 4 unemployed people looking for work. And, oh, I see some bamboo down that way. We are going to put them to work. Oh, is that a... No, that's hemp. Not flax. So this is what hemp looks like. I think I mentioned it last stream. Ooh, nice. Found some eggs. Nothing like eating random eggs you find. Nothing bad ever came of that, right? I'm gonna get a little bit more bamboo than I require, just so that I don't have to come searching for it every time. Man, I keep turning off this, the quest. I'm like, I don't want to track it. Quit making me track it. It takes up so much screen real estate. So then once the special project is built, I'll have to supply it with the materials needed to rebuild this thing. So take a look at what that cost will be right now. More bamboo. So I need to go get more bamboo. Wood, logs, planks, and straw. I am probably... Well, actually... Am I allowed to make a straw production thing here? Or do I have to go all the way back to... Where is that? I always forget where it is, not gates. No, must be placed near your own bell tower. Okay. Oh, that's a black bear. Swiggity swooty, I'm running this booty. Straw you can also do by hand on quick craft. Can you? Oh, yeah, you can. I never knew that. Thank you. I needed, what, 25 of it? That seems pretty reasonable. Oh, great. And now I'm in the region with gray wolves. These Enduro rebels are doing a really bad job of keeping the area secured. I'm going to have a word with their deputy or whatever he called himself. The person that made fun of my regional accent. What an ignoramus. Or, given my regional accent, what an ignoramus. Alright, so we got plenty of bamboo. Let's batch make some straw. So craft, I think, 24 of it. And then we'll cut down some trees and plank them. And assign people to the Watchtower once that's done. The next question I have for you all is going to be whether I artificial advance seasons or not. So, every season is, I think, 7 days long. Maybe 5? I forget exactly the length. But once you spend at least 2 days, you can advance time artificially so that it advances to the next season. And projects like this, this Watchtower is a seasonal project. So, if I assign people to it today and advance the season, it will be done tomorrow. If I assign people today and there's 4 more days left in the season, it will be done at the end of season. So there's a little bit of a, if I'm urgently wanting to liberate the region, it makes sense to advance the season. But if I want to play more organically, where like the work crew assigned to the Watchtower takes the remainder of the season to build the Watchtower, which might make more role-playing sense, I would leave time as it is and not advance the season. One of the other penalties of advancing the season is farming crops. Often, if you advance the season too often, it's hard to get enough crops ripened for, you know, because a lot of the farming crops aren't like, they'll take multiple days to grow. And And also certain strategic resources, let's say ice, for instance, can only be collected in the winter. So if you're constantly advancing the season and you only, as a result, effectively have 2 days of winter, you're going to only have a very finite amount of ice. And ice is a strategic resource used to make sake, which, you know, is a really good way to provide beverages or wealth for your village. So, I don't know. I could go either way. And because of that, I figure I'll just offer you the choice of voting. So do I advance this season to get the Watchtower built faster? Y'all can decide. Oh, no space. All right. Let's put these planks away. And also, if you take a look at the special project, there was a little placard before I slapped this thing down. Actually, I think the placard should still exist. Oh, no, maybe once you put the special project down, it disappears. But if you look at the actual special project building, you can see that there's 3 indicators up there, meaning that this project requires 3 workers. A lot of special projects are way more than that. So some special projects will even last for like 10 people. And those are the types of special projects that you really only can handle once you're a well-established village. Because otherwise, you know, you have like 10 people missing from your workforce. Alright, it is fully staffed, or fully supplied, I should say. It's not fully staffed. So then I can assign workers. Tojiro, Ichike, and Kusu. And at the end of season, we will have a Watchtower, and we will liberate this region. Whenever the end of season is. It would also be nice to... Well, I don't have the bronze on me, but in the future, whenever I come out to these special projects, I could consider setting up a fast travel point so that I don't have to run to and from this place. Because my last time I leveled up, Oh, actually, no, I do have a fast travel place. Let's do it. It's pretty cheap. It's just like 2 bronze, some bamboo, some planks. And then you can fast travel. So, this fast travel outpost... I forget how to rename it. Whatever. We can put things in it or fast travel from it. So let's go to Yarasu. Thank you for tuning in to Sengoku Dynasty, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Sengoku Dynasty villagers.